spend it, right? It's a guess.
It's a guess, and then you have to go by what you see. If you see yourself, if you see I tell people it's simple that trains hard. You can eat what you want as long as you work out like you eat what you want. See? Yeah. You can't eat what you want and not work out. That just doesn't work.
Right.
And if you are trying to lose weight, especially as a child, which is believe it or not, it's easier for children to lose weight than it is for adults.
Certainly.
Because they're so much more active, and so it really shouldn't be a reason for childhood obesity. The reason for childhood obesity is for adulthood laziness. Bottom line, because if they're to let their child be obese, because that's basically what happens, and we're dealing with two different type of personalities that are not up to par within themselves. So psychologically, somebody has to lead, and until people can look at themselves and say, hey, I have a problem, and not deal with the quote-unquote acceptance thing, because again, like I said, it is wrong, to say things about people who are overweight, even if it's something constructive. Serious.
Yeah, and you'll notice that, that even doctors have a hard time telling parents or using the language that says your child is now in the obese category or your child is in the overweight category. It's it's a sensitive topic, and only 30% of the doctors for parents with overweight child would actually say,
right,
your child is overweight and we need to do something about it. So until we're able to, so we have that sort of passive acceptance of it, right? If you go to the doctor and the doctor doesn't say there's a problem, then the parent gets off the hook and says, oh, there must not be a problem. I don't have to do anything about this.
Right.
So it takes the whole community coming together and saying, we have to recognize this is a problem. But along with that, the doctor then also needs to offer solutions that are effective.
Well, I'm going to... I know we need to take our last break and then come back and wrap, but, Damega and Eliza, maybe during our break you can kind of think of like your top 3 or 4 tips that you want to leave our listeners with on, things that they should do or could do to, kind of help stop that cycle.
Right.
So we are going to break with Justin Timberlake,
who just got married.
That's right. And Sexy Back.
Yes.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. The mother boys don't know how to act. Yeah. I think it's special what's behind your back. Yeah. So turn around and I'll pick up the slack. Yeah. Take up this bridge. Watch your eye attack.
Welcome back, everyone.
Sexy is back.
To Heart for the Community on heart4radio.com. You totally threw me off.
I knew I planned that entrance.
I was like, what? We are broadcasting live, as you can tell, on RMC studios in Los Angeles, California, on the Punch It Radio Network. Giving shout out to our executive producer, Larry Witherspoon, and our lovely engineer, Miss Kiki. And also want to remind everyone who's in the Los Angeles area about our hangout tonight at Toro Sushi in Pasadena. Going to be a lot of fun, a lot of raffle prizes.
Yes.
Good food.
We have some guests performing.
Oh, yes.
At what time?
6 to 9.
And wear your costume, because there'll be a costume contest. As you see, we're all dressed up, ready for Halloween contest tonight at Toro Sushi.
Yeah, mine's a little more...
You guess that she's hiding. She has like the kissed out Hello Kitty. We were in the mall shopping last week and we ran across this and it's like, you got to have it. It was just so awesome. And then Hello Kitty had her tongue stuck out and that just got me, so we're like,
Gene
exactly.
Simmons kitty.
Yes. So Doreen's going to be rocked out tonight and I'm the vampirist. So I'll have blood coming from my lips in a little bit.
See, Hello Kitty.
Beware, I do bite.
Oh, no. TMI, TMI.
That's a different show, ladies.
Yes, that's a different day.
See, Kiki started that. I'm sorry. Okay, back to the show. Yes. Hello, we're back. Sexy's back. Here we go. Focus.
So, Eliza, maybe you can leave our listeners with your top 3 or 4 tips, and then again your website and how people can get a hold of you.
Sure. So first, the website is wellspringweightloss.com. You can learn more about our programs online there. And, you know, I think the few things I want to say that are really important is, number one, we know that this problem does not go away on its own, and I can't stress that enough. If you're a parent who has an overweight child or a child struggling with obesity, it's not just going to go away by cutting back here and there and exercising a little more. It takes drastic measures, and I mean that when I say drastic measures. It takes significant change to change the trajectory if you have a child who is already overweight or obese. So I want to say that. It won't go away on its own, and so, you know, need to seek some type of help. Number 2, I think the most important place to start is 2 places. One, be aware of what you're eating and where you're starting from, right? So you need to write everything down. I don't even care if you add it up right away, but at least keep a log and do it with your kids. Make it fun. What did you have today? Here's what I had today. We're all writing it down together, even if we're overweight or not, doing it together as a family. You need to know where you're starting from, and you need to start learning to be accountable for what you're putting in your body. And along with that, I recommend everybody buy a pedometer. I think kids and adults, we all get exercise in different ways. But one of the best ways to track if you're at least moving a little bit is to count steps on a pedometer. They're simple, they're cheap, $10, Target, Walmart, Rite Aid, something like that. And at least know, again, where you're starting from. You need a jumping off point. We recommend at least 10,000 steps a day, hopefully significantly more, but I'll tell you right now, the average American gets about 2,000 steps a day. Wow. You can see the discrepancy there, right?
Right.
Huge.
Wow, I didn't realize.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think the last thing I really want to say is no matter what program you choose or intervention you choose, don't stop increasing the intensity of the intervention until the problem is solved. Which goes back to number 1, which is it's not going to go away on its own. And what is almost 100% certain is that if you have an obese child and you don't do anything about the problem, they will become an obese adult. And in a lot of cases, sometimes severely obese, right? And they will struggle for their entire lives, psychologically, emotionally, physically, medically, all of that, right? So don't stop increasing the intensity of the intervention. What I mean by that is, first you start at your doctor's office, and they give you a few tips here and there. And then you could increase the intensity if that doesn't work, and it's changing some of the behaviors in the household, maybe.
Right.
If that doesn't work, it's joining a gym. If that doesn't work, it's adding a trainer. If that doesn't work, you're doing an outpatient group. If that doesn't work, you know what I mean? You got to keep going up the ladder. And at the top of the ladder are things like immersion programs, that include CBT and weight loss treatment. And at the very, 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 very top of the ladder, after you've tried everything, is bariatric surgery. That is right for some people, not all, but once you've gone through the steps in the ladder.
Okay.
So I guess the point being not to stop until the problem is solved. It's not going to go away on its own.
Thank you so much, Eliza, for being here today.
Yeah, of course.
Damega, do you have your top 3 or 4 tips besides chasing parents?
Well, that's funny that you say that, because that's one of the things. I'm gonna go back and say one of the main things. Make your kids play. Make them go outside and play. That's what we had to do.
True. Yeah, that's right.
Go outside and play. Go do something. We don't have that no more.
Right.
Just go to the computer. Kids will go on the computer and find an exercise video game and play the exercise game with just the remote.
Yes, I hate that.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
Active.
do the exercise.
Right.
I
Yes.
am.
Yeah.
Even on the Wii, they cheat. They don't even play bowling right. They just kind of figure out the hand motions and they stand there never moving. And I'm sweating. You know, I get it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. The other one is, parents, be your own doctor. You know what that is. Look, if you sound out of shape, change that in your refrigerator. Shit. Hey, I'm going to change it. One day they come, see, wait a minute, the Twinkie into this, to that. And they have to deal with it.
Right.
But my last one is always be mechanical. Always working out. No matter what age you are, from 8 to 80, work out.
Great tips.
And your website, real quick.
Yeah.
My website is www.damegacode.com. I'm on Twitter at Damega's Fitness. I am fitness. God first.
Well, thank you for being on our show, and I think we probably could have gone another hour
Oh,
with
I
this.
Exciting
And
topic.
maybe we can have you both back to do another hour.
Well, I want Damega to come back and show us his program. I think it's exciting. And
Oh, yeah. Ease Plexity everywhere. Ease Plexity. It's the movements. Easy movements, complex results. You don't have to change your lifestyle. I'll change it for you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Heart for the Community this week. We'll be back next week for our Halloween special. Woo! So have a great week. Hope to see you tonight at the Hangout. And remember, we can change the world one heart at a time. Bye.